Sorry about that, folks. It seems to have got interrupted when I unplugged my headphones. But anyway, welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. I am going to be doing my live review for Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. I will be doing a spoiler-free review first. And afterward, I will switch it over, give people a chance to get out if they don't want spoilers for when I do the spoiler review. I just got out of this theater, talked with some of the people who were at the theater to watch the early thing or the early viewing. And so, yeah, we're going to get some thoughts going. But before I do, please smash the like button and share out the stream. Let people know that I'm live. And I'm going to do something that I'm going to try something later. I'm actually going to try splitting this up or the stream into two videos later. So I'm going to redo the intro when I start the spoiler-free review. So with that out of the way, let's get it going. Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. I will be giving my spoiler-free review for Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2, or Black Panther Wakanda Forever, however you wish to say it. I'm going to call it Women Forever because there were so many women in this, I barely sensed any sort of testosterone. There was barely any of that in this movie. But from an objective standpoint, this movie is about a 7 out of 10. The pacing is the biggest issue with this film. I believe Mr. H reviews actually called this movie morn porn or something along that. And you know what? Honestly, I think he's right on the money. They really did sell the whole I miss T'Challa, I miss my brother, and it's basically trying to, or by constantly going over how much they miss T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman's character, they really do take away from the story. This movie was 2 hours and 40 freaking minutes long of, I miss my brother. Okay, we got to protect this person. We're going to go to war with these people. And it's just, I'm really just going to come out and say it. From an objective standpoint, this movie is a 7, but from a subjective standpoint, this movie is a 6. Not a 6.5 where it passes by the skin of its teeth, but a 6 where it fails. Moviegoer, I checked my clock once, so this is down to a 9. The writing is very convoluted when they're not busy mourning T'Challa. They're busy interacting with Namor or Namor, because Namor means without love in Spanish. And Namor is Hispanic in this movie, or Mayan Hispanic or whatever. And there's some other logistical issues in this film too, as in the first Black Panther movie, they established that everything in Wakanda has vibranium in it, including their damn clothes. So there's a couple of scenes in here where they burn some clothes, and it's like, how do you burn vibranium woven clothes? But that's if you think too much about it. They do a good send-off for T'Challa in this movie. Chadwick Boseman's character is felt very much. I will say this, the tease you get of the Black Panther suit in this movie from the second trailer is very much like I said, the suit is interesting. I like the suit, and there are certain parts from the trailer where you see Namor kind of floating towards or in towards the camera, and then they show or later on in the trailer they show the Queen Mother Ramonda with Riri Williams against the window, and you could see Namor's reflection where he's getting ready to smash the window or try to, because it's made of vibranium. And I called it perfectly. It's like this scene and this scene pretty much, I'm guessing, are the same scene pretty much back to back. Well, it turns out that was correct. It is no surprise and not a spoiler that Riri Williams, Ironheart, is in this film. However, this film does a bad job. I had to see this film in 3D, mind you, at a small town theater. And thanks, Disney. Your movie experience with 3D sucks, especially when I have glasses that are slightly tinted, which makes the lighting of the movie worse because it's so dark in certain scenes. I could barely see anybody's fucking face at nighttime. So that has nothing to do with any sort of racist connotation, folks. That has everything to do with this movie should not have been done in 3D, because honestly, what the fuck was even 3D done for? There's nothing in this movie that you really need 3D with. There really isn't. I mean, nothing. So Disney is only doing the whole 3D thing just to get an extra buck or two. So yeah, the 3D experience sucked. This movie is just mainly, oh my god, all the freaking women are like, yeah, it's our time to shine. Yeah, it really is. And you're really cucking male characters that were actually quite good. I do like Winston Duke's character, M'Baku, in this movie. There are certain scenes where he shines, but there are other scenes that he is just awful in. It's like, oh, instead of his more guttural, when he's doing the whole gorilla thing, you know? And I'm like, could you please explain to me why he's acting more like a chimp than he is a gorilla, please? It's kind of weird. I don't like that. M'Baku is supposed to be a being of great strength. But yeah, it really, there are certain choices that Ryan Coogler could have made that were just not made well. I do like how they expand the whole Kimoyo beads and the vibranium usage and whatnot. I do like that. We had a nice twist in this movie that gives a good telling, but I will save that for spoilers. Other than that, this movie's story could have been cut down a lot. You could have cut at least 20 minutes out of this film. Really, you could have cut 20 minutes out of this film. Useless freaking scenes. You see the scene where in the trailer where Namor is coming down to address his people under the water. That's not Atlantis. It goes by a different name called Talocan. Yeah, like telecommunications, but Talocan or whatever. I really think that they could have done a better job. And They really didn't. So yeah, objectively speaking, this film is a 7 out of 10. Passes. It's not good or it's not great. It's good. It's a movie it's a Marvel movie with Black Panther no longer in it, but Black Panther's also in it. I just feel that this movie's pacing was all over the place. I wouldn't even call it an action movie. I really wouldn't. There's action in it, but it's not an action movie. There were people at the theaters, they're like, this movie is incredibly average. That is exactly what they were saying. This movie was average. Excuse me. There was a couple at the theater that I was there with that were sitting near me, and they're like, I'm not so sure about this movie. This movie wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. It's like, yeah, I'd say it's about average. And they were asking me because they know that I'm a reviewer and such. They're like, what'd you think? I'd say it's about a 7 out of 10. Well, that's a pretty good thing. It's like, it is, but it's a 70 out of 100, which is passing just by the skin of your teeth, not too much over. Subjective, like I said, it's 6 out of 10. It fails. They could have cut a lot of time out of this. I was getting bored in certain areas. There were certain characters that I really didn't think belonged in this film. One specifically, I think it's Julie Louise Dreyfus's character. That's about it. Her character was stupid in this film. I didn't like it. As for moviegoer, I would say that this film is about a 9 out of 10. I checked my phone once for the time, and yeah. So that's going to be the spoiler-free review. If you liked it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble. And now I'm going to be going into the spoiler review, folks. So I'm going to give you all a chance to back out now. Let me just mute for a second. Okay, that's better. And switching over to spoilers, let's get this out now. Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. I am now going to give my spoiler review for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Or as I like to call it, Women Forever, because oh my God, this movie was a never-ending flow of women. Women! 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 guys of any sort of male importance. Namor, M'Baku, Everett Ross, and Atuma. Namor's his warrior buddy. Now, other than that, you got some other male characters, but they weren't really that impressed. Or all the males in this movie seem to be very fucking dumb. Let me just take a drink here. Chadwick Boseman's character, T'Challa, I like the beginning of it where it shows that it's at his death or moment of death where they're trying to save him, essentially. They don't show Chadwick Boseman in this film, except in flashbacks to the first film, which is nice. The pacing, like I said, there's just so much. You could have literally cut 20 minutes out of this movie. You could have cut so many different things. Like there was a scene where in the trailers you see Namor coming down into those megalodon jaws on his throne, and it's like, yeah, he's then basically addressing all of his people that they're going to attack Wakanda and whatnot. And it's like, you could that was seriously some bad acting there. It's like, the way that he's doing his general movements, but the way that he's speaking in the Mayan language or whatever it is, Aztecian Mayan almost, is it just really doesn't translate well. Not to mention that this movie had to be shown in 3D, which also didn't translate well because there's really no reason 3D needed to be in the film. There was a nice twist with when she becomes Black Panther, because it's obvious she does become Black Panther, Shuri, where she takes the heart or a heart-shaped herb. They had to synthesize it in order for her to do it. And there's just way that instead of going to the ancestral plane, well, she's now back in the throne room where her mom died. Yes, Angela Bassett, a great actress. Her character is killed off in this, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? You killed off one of the best actor or acting chops in this damn movie. But yeah, they bring back Killmonger for a little bit. He's who Shuri sees in the ancestral plane, and it's like, are you gonna, or you called me here? And I'm like, oh, great. So she's going to basically go Wakanda forever, Wakanda slaughter forever. You know, she's going to basically kind of be like Killmonger, full of hatred, ready to slaughter everything, you know? And it's the same old clever trope. You're bent on vengeance until you get a reminder from the ones you loved to cut back on it, you know? I really do like the Black Panther suit. The Black Panther suit was pretty cool. I did like it. It was good. These others, they have the Iron Heart suit. This second the first Iron Heart suit I absolutely love because it's cobbled together stuff that she did herself. Then she makes one with the help of Wakanda, and it's like, what's with the Power Ranger outfit? What is this? Whoa. I mean, seriously, whoa. You know? Riri Williams is a 19-year-old girl who essentially is stealing up Stark Tech, not really stealing it, but designing it herself or similar things to Stark Tech. And it's like, okay, but now she's going to have Wakanda resources. I do like at the end, it's like, we can't let you take that suit. You built a nice suit, but we can't let you take it. And it's like, yeah, pretty much we got that. The Talakanians or Tallahasseans, the Atlanteans, essentially. I'm going to call it, it is what it is, folks. They're Atlanteans. But they can't call it Atlantis in this for some stupid ass reason. Namor. They did a pretty good job with the his battle, his fighting and whatnot. However, I didn't like the character. The character, he's without love. And yet his people worship him as a god. And I'm thinking to myself, their god doesn't love them. And people are literally saying, who were at this theater, there were some black people there, and they're like, oh my God, this movie sucks. It's not good. It's not bad, but it's not good. This movie was way too long. There were those kind of complaints. This movie was too long. It really was. You could have easily cut Namor's addressing his people to go to war. You could have cut that down to where he simply says, Talocan, rise. That's it. And the people, and his people respond and then cut to the next scene. No. You had to have him psyching all of them up and yada, yada, yada. It's like, oh my God, really? Just knock it off. There are certain things that Chadwick Boseman could do that, unfortunately, sure, he couldn't do. With the whole Wakanda Forever, where she yells out Wakanda Forever and everybody else yells out Wakanda Forever. Chadwick Boseman does it better. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. That's just fact that's just fact. I was about to say fact in my opinion, but I'm tired right now, so yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. But honestly, this movie, from an objective standpoint, is about a 7 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's not a failure, but it passes, but not by much. Subjective, they should have cut like 20 to 30 minutes out of this film. I didn't like Namor's character. You basically made him hating everything about the surface world. It's Ocean Master from fucking Aquaman 2. You made the men incompetent again. Fucking M'Baku. Oh. Instead of his normal, when he's acting all gorilla-like. You made him into you turned M'Baku, the white gorilla, into a fucking chimpanzee. M'Baku, the white chimp. Such a bad direction from Ryan Coogler. Winston Duke is such a great actor. He takes the direction well, but it was just really bad direction. This movie, honestly, oh my God. You have some good moments, you have a lot of bad moments. But this movie does pass from an objective standpoint. CGI is terrible. The 3D conversion is terrible. There was no need for this movie to be put into 3D, Disney. Really, there was no need. Making Ross or sacrificing him on the altar of Whammon was kind of stupid. Julie Louise-Dreyfus's character is just pure fucking vile in this. I don't like her character at all. She just comes across as sleazy, and she is sleazy. And apparently she's Ross's ex-wife. And it's like, oh my God, what on earth is this, I mean, Namor is the only competent and ruthless male in this, which is pretty good. Killmonger's in it for about 5 minutes, and that's about it. It's just, the movie it's not bad, but it's not good. It's average. It's average. The movie's average. And yeah, you got the elitist YouTubers that are gonna fucking come at the movie and say, oh my God, this movie is so fucking terrible and stuff like that. Yeah, there's agenda-driven nonsense in it, sure. But honestly, when I was watching it, it was very little here and there. And that was about it. Maybe I missed shit. Maybe I didn't. But all I know is that this movie could have had 30 minutes cut out of it, and it would have been a lot better. The pacing is the biggest problem with this film. And people were saying I wouldn't even call it an action film. Because yes, there's action, but there's not enough action. It's, as Mr. H Reviews on his channel said, it's mourn porn. Oh, mourning the losses, mourning losses, mourning losses. Everybody's dying. That's it. That's basically it, folks. That's all I got. Anyway, that's going to be the spoiler review. Thank you all for tuning in. That's going to be the video, folks. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you think of Black Panther Wakanda Forever? Did you like it? Did you not? This is the spoiler review, so you can leave your spoilers down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Chat Reviews. Stay humble. And now that that's over, yeah, I'm going to be heading to bed soon, folks. I'm going to try splitting these two reviews into two. And honestly, do I recommend this film? See it for yourself. I'll always say see it for yourself to make up your own mind. But honestly, it can wait for when it's not in theaters. I don't see any reason to support this movie in theaters, especially in the first week, because theaters are going to force you to do more expensive 3D, which it sucks. No, you shouldn't even have to go see it. I saw it, and I think that this movie sucks for the most part. It's good, but it's not epic. But subjectively, it's not good. I didn't like it. There are problems with it. Wokeness is, I would say, up there to a degree, but it's not 100% woke. Let's just say it's more like 70% woke. But yeah. Anyway, folks, I'm heading to bed. You all have a wonderful night. Thank you to Jack of All Casuals, David Kotler, and Vanja for being in the chat. Have a wonderful night, folks, and always remember, stay humble.